John Cruz here at Casino Guitars. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, man, no problem. Thank you.
I'm really excited to talk to you about all the stuff that's been going on. It's been 2020. It's been a year, huh?
Sure has, man, and it's been a whirlwind. I think for everybody, and I'm glad it's coming to an end because it's the start of a new beginning for myself and probably thousands and millions of other people as well. I think they just want to look past this and move on.
I know it's like a sigh. It's a collective sigh of relief that like 2021 is here. I know it's not everything's perfect, but I'm excited. It's just like new stuff going on. Here we go. We're ready for it.
Yeah.
So, a lifetime of building guitars, 33 years at Fender. You've crushed it. Everybody knows your name. You're pretty much synonymous with guitar building, relics, awesome artistic pieces. And with Fender, you guys parted ways this summer. Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there about that real quick, Ernie?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been known, that there's been, backlash over some things that I had done recently on my social media thing. And I had some stuff written down, but I'm just going to blurt it out, man. I'm just going to say it. You know what I mean? I might make a mistake of what I did. And it was basically just out of frustration with everything that's going on in the world right now. And I was really kind of depressed and bummed out about the whole thing. I just wanted to laugh again. That seems to be the cure for a lot of people's ailments is laughter and having, fun. And when I posted this thing, I did it basically for my friends only on my page. Okay. And somebody obviously had taken that and taken it to another level. And, brought Fender on, and they saw that and made a big thing about it and added some things to it. And there it was. And that gave them the opportunity to jump in and say, this is it, man. It's done. So, I never meant for it to hurt anybody. I would never do that. That's not my character. And I hope people to know that's not my character. I love everybody, man. It's just the way it is. And if I did offend somebody or some people out there, I apologize for that. I never meant that to be that at all. I just wanted to laugh again. And that's all it was.
Hey, John, it's awesome. That's the first time I think anybody's heard you get to talk about it, and that's killer.
Thanks, man.
That's because I've talked to my friends that work at Fender. You still have a ton of friends that work there. No one's ever said a bad thing about you. Everyone likes to say, hey, man, we're wishing John well, and they're excited for the next adventures. And so, hey, thanks for taking time to be straight with us and talk about that.
Yeah, man. Sure.
Now let's get to the nitty gritty stuff. What's next for John Cruz? I hear there's a website that just popped out. We all saw it. We jumped on it. There was fire. There was dragons. There was John playing guitars. Young John, too. Like, how old are you in those young pictures?
Actually, the first couple pictures, I think I was like 16 or 17. That's when I pretty much picked up guitar and was pretty much thrusted into playing and thrown into some buddies of mine that we were doing a Rush. We were big Rush fans, big time. And we were determined to be the next Orange County Rush band, a three-piece band. And so we learned every song off of, the live albums, All the World's a Stage album, and played backyard parties. And it was such a fun time in my life and learning how to play guitar. And that was about the time that I really started, guitars would start messing up on me. Like, I wonder what's going on here. I would open it up and start learning. I didn't know what I was doing, just looking at it going, oh my God, all these wires and everything. But I was really intrigued by that. And I did a lot of playing around with my guitars at home, sometimes successful, more times not, which I think is kind of happens with a lot of people that are new at doing this stuff. But there's something inside me that says, man, I really like this. This is kind of cool. And my dad was also a painter in the auto industry for many years. So I had him, I took apart one of my guitars and of course forgot how to put the damn thing back together, but I had my dad paint a body for me that turned out beautiful. And I was mortified when I wasn't able to put the thing back together correctly. I had to sit there and figure it out. And I finally did. And it turned out to be like one of my favorite guitars of all time. And it was just a great learning experience. And who would have thought that a few years later I'd be doing this for a living?
I mean, so you were 16 when you started doing that?
Well, I was actually 16 when I first started playing guitar. I think by the time I was 17, almost 18 years old, when I really started put my guitar on my mom's couch and with a screwdriver, open it up and see what's going on underneath this and that. And so it was like about a year and a half, almost 2 years of playing already. And I was a really quick learner. I never had any lessons or anything. I was completely self-taught. But I just wanted to learn more about the instrument that I was playing. And I'm glad I did.
So this is like a good note for kids that are taking guitars apart at home to tell their parents, hey, I don't have to go to school anymore. I can just take guitars apart and I'll end up a master builder in the universe of guitars. That's what I'm telling my kids, at least, because I don't want to pay for college because there's no chance to afford it.
Yeah.
So you're launching a new line right now.
Yes, I'm excited about it. I mean, everything is still in the beginning stages. Like I'm currently working on prototypes right now, and I'm hoping to have something done probably the first part of the year. To get some good photos of it, get all the the components worked out, pricing and everything. So I know people have already been asking me about how do we order and how do we find out pricing and stuff. I'm working on all that. I keep telling people, please just be patient with me because I'm right in the middle of moving out of my house in California where I've been my whole life, and I'm taking a gamble, and I'm going to Tennessee, man. And I bought a house, and behind me, I mean, you don't see it, but there's boxes all over my whole house. And I still have to go out and break down my shop in the garage and get it ready to go, but because we're going to be out of here by like next week sometime.
Oh my God. So we're really cool. You're going to have to pick up the computer later and show us all the boxes.
Oh yeah. I'll take some pictures, man. It's kind of like hoarders, man. It's like crazy, but no, we're really excited. My wife and I have a daughter here and a granddaughter. They're going to stay for now, but I'm hoping to lure them in at some point to come out there once they see how great it is and how different it is. I just want to start a new venture in my life and my career in a new place. And I think I can't do that here in California. It's ridiculous for the pricing and the taxes and everything that comes along with it. I just feel that the Tennessee area has a lot more for me to offer in this business, and especially being close to Nashville. I'm not going to live in Nashville, but just outside of Nashville.
How close to Nashville?
It's probably within an hour drive from there. But it's still close enough for me to go do business. And then one of my partners is thinking about opening a recording studio in Nashville. And with that, we're thinking about getting a big enough building that we can open a showroom at the studio where we can have artists or whoever wants to come in and take a look at things. And if they want to take a trip down to the factory, it's just a little drive down the road to get there. So we got big plans, man. And I'm so psyched and so excited about the whole thing and the team that I'm working with. We're like a band, and that's what we call it. It's like we're a band of guys looking for our first gig, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. And I'm really looking forward.
Guys, but that's exciting, man, because it's like this is the first we gotten to hear from you, a long time, and like everyone knows who you are, and like we're pumped to see what happens. Have you been thinking about this for a lot longer than people have thought about, maybe?
I have, and I've been so loyal to the company I worked at before and loved the brand so much. And it really hurt me that it came to an end like that. And I still haven't gotten over it completely, but it's just like I'm starting to let go now and seeing, I could have done this a long time ago. I've been hit up many times before if I wanted to do it. And a financial thing, no problem. People back me, this and that. And I says, well, if I ever decide to do this, I want to do this on my own terms and try to do it myself. You do need a little bit of help, but I basically started out doing this stuff in my garage most recently, where I'm doing a lot of work, side work and stuff like that in my garage. And so I'm thinking, man, if I could just get into my own building, which we're looking for right now. We had a couple places that looked really good and didn't quite make it through the buying purchasing of the place, but we're looking still. So we're going to have a place very soon, but it started basically in my garage that I could do this, man, and have fun with it and do it under my own terms, man. And that's basically what I'm really looking forward to.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's the same with what we did. We all had different real jobs for different companies here. And then we started our shop a few years back, and it's been a huge hit for us. And we've had a great time. It's like we're guys in a band that are just playing and having fun.
Exactly. And I'll always look bad. I'm not going to say anything bad about the people that I worked with in the past, because there's some great people there and some people that I adored growing up there and teaching me everything. I learned so much stuff from a lot of people who aren't even there anymore or who have passed on or whatever. Right. I'll always be grateful for that and having that opportunity to work there with them.
That's awesome to hear. And I know like everyone that like loves John Cruz guitars and loves Fender likes to hear that. Because your name, it is Fender Custom Shop. It's been that for really long. So it's awesome to hear.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So like back to John Cruz Custom Guitars, and I know you're like still working on the details. Do you have any idea of the size and the scope of how you want to make this? Are they going to be like, are you bringing on, are you hiring? You know, is that part of the deal?
Well, I think right now it kind of depends on the demand. And the minute I put that leak video thing out, we started getting hits from people all over the world. So it's telling me there's some people interested still. So I'm already talking to guys like, look, guys,
Yeah, like
we're
people
going to have to.
already. They're like, hey, Baxter, like, where can we get these guitars? I'm like, well, let me know. I'm going to talk to John on Thursday, so I'll call you later.
Yeah, we're still putting the whole plan together. So I will have some things to say pretty soon. All I can say is just keep watching the website, because we're working on the website right now as we speak. And hopefully to put some updates up there, hopefully some pictures, maybe some pictures of the prototype will be coming soon. A lot of good things. And I'll have a lot of info to share with people soon. I just don't want to say anything too early right now, but I just want people to know that I'm still here, I'm still breathing, and I want to do this longer. My career didn't end at the other company. I want to carry this on because I still love what I do, and I want to share this with people that are like me, you know, enthusiasts for guitars and music and all genres, man, all kinds of people, even down to women. I love women guitar players, and I want to support that as well, and kids as well. It's a big thing with me.
See, that is awesome. That you've been talking about, like, you know, kid guitar players too. Do you have like an idea? Because I mean, we all know how much custom guitars cost.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you how much your guitar is going to cost yet, but do you have an idea of making guitars that are not quite in the stratospheric price level as well?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of companies don't do that, or they don't think it's possible to do that. I'm thinking the other way. Yeah, we're going to have some high-end type guitars, of course. I mean, that's just what it is. But I'm also thinking like the other guy. I'm one of those guys, man. When I was a kid, and I would always go to the music store, just look at the window and see that killer Les Paul up there that I wanted to buy, but I couldn't afford it. I think about that now because there's still people, and it's a struggle for people to save money. People don't realize that. You know, they spend a lifetime saving money to get something that they can be one with. And I remember that stuff. And I will definitely have a line that's more budget friendly and conscious to people who are tighter on money. And it's going to be a good quality guitar. And of course, there'll be another level if you want to move up to the really custom stuff that I was known for. And I just want to be able to cater to everybody. And I think that's going to be a win-win thing for me.
I mean, I got a scary feeling this is going to get way bigger than you anticipated. You know, you're busier than you
don't say that. I mean, I was at the point where I was 4-year back order, and that was like, oh my God, the pressure. No pressure here, man. But, you know, I'm hoping it's going to be more manageable moving on from here. And I think it will be. And I've got a really good team of guys that I'm working with right now. And yeah, we are going to be probably looking for some people to work with us at some point, definitely. And I know that the Nashville pool of luthiers and workers and stuff in the area are really good, and they're really thought friendly. You know, I want to build a great guitar. There's a lot of great builders out there. So I'm hoping to maybe tap into some of those people out there and get some people to work with me.
I mean, so if you're watching this video right now and you're not John Cruz or Baxter, send your resumes in, right, to John. He's hiring, it looks like, down the road. So if you're ready to move to Nashville and get out of Southern California or New York City or wherever you are, it's I think you're going to find that you're going to be really busy, just because I moved down to North Carolina from New York City, about 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'd have a nice, slower paced life, and it's been nonstop, you know, pedal to the metal the entire time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Though
I've heard a lot of great things about your guys' store, and I have a buddy of mine that lives in North Carolina. I think he lives off of Oak Island there on the coastline, and he's all, dude, this is so great out here, and we're going to practically be neighbors. You're only like a few hours away from us, so I plan on coming down there and visiting. I'd love to come down to the store and see your guys' store as well, and maybe at some point I'd love to see some of my guitars hanging on your wall, man.
I think I'm already talking to your guys about that.
Nice.
So speaking of that, other guitar things you're moving to Nashville area, right? Mm-hmm. Have those people down the street in Memphis or Nashville at Gibson, you know, picked up the phone and made a call to John yet?
Well, I have talked to a few different people. I just wasn't sure I wanted to work for a big conglomerate, you know, big thing again. I'm just not. I'm thinking more boutique-y at this point right now, which is cool with me. And I'm pretty much done working for the huge companies, I think, and I want to have more control of what I do.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, that's their dream to do that when they go off in their own business, like guys like Sir or Nags, guys like that. They've got their own vision of stuff like that, and I really admire those guys, and I've learned a few things from them just watching how they evolve and everything. And I'm hoping to be one of those guys too. It would be a privilege to be on the same plateau as those guys at some point.
I mean, I think that's well within the reach. I mean, like, you've got the name, you've got the skills. Obviously, we've seen your guitars. They have not gone down in value on the internet. We've been watching every day. That's what we do, and it's pretty impressive. So,
yeah, and I'm also thinking ahead. Also, like, I would love to have an amp line and a pedal line as well.
Oh,
I'm talking to a couple people already about it, and I've got some ideas of some amp stuff that I wanted to do when I was working at Fender, and never really materialized, but I still have a lot of those ideas and what I would like to see, and hopefully get a chance to work with some of these guys in the future. Of course, I want to concentrate on the guitar line first. That's the most important thing for me. But I think as time goes on, I think it's just destined to have a full line scale of instruments to offer.
I mean, just for giggles, like, what is your dream amp to build?
I've always loved the Fender amps and stuff like that, but I come from a rock background, like a kind of a hard rock background. So obviously the Marshall brand has been really big with me. I have some Soldano amps that I love. I have a Dumble modified amp that was basically a Fender Bassman amp that's been modified by him. It's probably the best sounding Bassman I've ever heard. And I still have that, and I've had people want to buy it for a lot of money for me, and I was like, nah, I don't think so, man. I think I'm going to keep this one. But I listen to a lot of those amps, and I'm thinking it's got to be something that can cater to really clean sounds for guys for like country to blues, but hit that little red button, that hyperspace button right there. It'll take you to a new stratosphere for rock and roll. And that's kind of the dream of what I'd like to see in amps and pedals, being able to cater to all genres of music.
I mean, that is awesome. I mean, I think there's room for it, obviously, and we'd be excited to see it too.
Yeah, man.
So you're moving to Tennessee. Have you lived in Tennessee ever?
No, but I went to NAMM last year. It was hotter than what there, but it was just, there was something about it, man. It was just like, this is so cool. In daytime, you probably won't see me outside. I'll be hidden inside with the AC on all the time. But
it's a different world, man. It's a different world.
Oh,
I lived there for 4 years.
And then when my wife and I went out there with one of my partners to go look at buildings, a couple months back, we had an appointment to go see some houses. And my wife and I veered off and went and do that during our stay out there. And we fell in love with the place. The people are so cool, so nice, so friendly. I just flying in from California into Nashville area, coming down on the runway and everything, right. My tension was gone. My headaches were gone. It just felt relaxed. Exactly. But when I'm flying back home, we're landing in Ontario. That's the airport that I used to fly back home. I'm looking down the freeway. There's red lights, backed up for miles, and my headaches started coming back. It's like, man, we're over this. It's time for a new beginning. So, we're really looking forward to it, and the people, and hoping to contribute there. And I'm a big contributor to where we live and people, and maybe giving jobs to people who live in the area. I'm all about that, man. I think it's something that needs to be done. People coming together more.
Well, that's something in Tennessee, and particularly where you're going to be. It's so easy to get involved in your community.
Yeah,
I live in a small community right now, and like, we're super spiderwebbed into the community with all the charities, and we have a lot of people that work with us, and it's awesome. It's hard to do that. Coming from New York City, it's really hard to do that. Southern California is the same thing.
Yeah. Very fast paced, and I've done that for my whole career of being here, and I'm getting a little bit older now, so it's time to start slowing down and enjoying my fruits of life a little bit more, and doing what I love to do until I decide I don't want to do this anymore. But I think I still got a few years left in me to do this.
Are you going to get a farm?
No. That's not me, man. I mean, I'm more, I love water. I love nature. Just, relaxing when I don't have to work or anything. I love to relax, be with family, be out in the sun as much as possible, unless it's, 118 degrees outside, then I'll be inside. But, with all that, it's just that we're looking forward to the different atmosphere of quality of life. pretty
And
much.
noticed you're saying we a lot. So your wife is she excited about this as well?
Oh yeah, she's ecstatic, man. As soon as I told her, we're both scared, and I have a daughter here and a granddaughter as well. They're going to stay here for now, but my evil plan is to reel them in at some point and get them to come out and visit us and have a room set up for them. You can stay here. Look at how nice it is here. Look at there's no traffic.
Just be careful what you wish for, because my wife came from Kentucky, and then her parents moved here. And I think her brother's talking about moving here. So I've got this entire extended family that weren't supposed to ever come here.
Yeah.
Living with me. So be careful.
Well, and also, I plan to keep this in the family too, man. I want to get my daughter involved, and hopefully my future son-in-law is showing interest in wanting to learn about the business and stuff. And that'd be great, because someday when I decide I don't want to do this anymore, I want to keep this in the family, and especially my granddaughter.
I got a funny feeling there's not going to be a day you decide to not do it anymore. It's fun.
Oh yeah, dude. How can I not, man? It's just guitars are my life, man, and my thing, and music, and seeing people like rock stars and stuff playing my stuff in the past. There's nothing better than seeing that. Like the day I saw John Mayer playing my Strat at Michael Jackson's funeral, I cried. It was a big deal, and to see other people playing my instruments out there, knowing that it's an extension of them musically, that's always sent waves to me that it's a positive thing, and I want to do that same thing for the average Joe out there that just wants to play in his bedroom, to his guitar, to the club stage, to the big stage. I want to be able to provide instruments for all those people.
See, that's cool. That's what that's how we feel like the instruments are. They started off as a tree, and now they're learning how to be a guitar. And it takes somebody to put it together, and that way you communicate a bit of your soul, your heart to it, and it might be for your wife, for yourself, for your kids, or for 10,000 people out there.
Yeah, totally.
It's a cool trip. So John Cruz Custom Guitars is coming soon. Are we going to see you at NAMM one of these years? Not this year, because there's no NAMM.
Yeah, I mean, you most definitely. I think it's kind of better. I mean, I'm pretty bummed out about the whole thing of NAMM, but it kind of gives me some time to build up some stuff and get a vibe going and stuff. I definitely plan on going to NAMM. Especially summer NAMM. Obviously, it's right down the street. Winter NAMM's a bigger party to attend. But I've learned so many things from the past company I worked for that there's some things that I want to do, and it gives me some time to really get that together. And I definitely plan on doing that as well.
Well, we've had a ton of people reach out to us to just they're well wishers too. That hey, wishing you well. Like we get emails, a ton of them. When they heard that we were talking about your launch of the line, and they're excited for it. They want to know as soon as it's available. So, obviously watch John Cruz's website, watch Casino Guitar's website as well. We're in talks with this, and we're all excited to see it. We're excited for your excitement in general. It's nice. You're positive. You're excited about this.
How can I not be, man? It's what I do. It's what I've done for over 33 years. Actually, if you think about it, 37, 38 years since I've touched my own guitars and stuff. I've just been doing it this long, and I love what I do. And a lot of people usually burn out like half of that time and don't want to do it anymore. But that's not me, man. It's just something that I love to do, and I hope to continue doing it as long as I can.
It's pretty obvious because, from the NAMMs, I've seen you at every NAMM for the past 5 years, and there's always a mob around you, and there's, you take the time to talk to every fan that wants to come up and talk with you. And it's, you obviously love what you're doing.
Yeah. What's a real kick about the whole thing too, is I always get those young kids that come up with their dad and they're afraid to talk to me. And it's like, come here, man. I'll give them something, like a couple picks or a calendar or something like that. And the dad is like almost tears in his eyes. Like, my son talks about you all the time. He wants to be a guitar builder. That means so much to me that I could do something like this, as well as some of the other builders in the world out there can do something to contribute to the next generation. And I think that's really important. And, I plan on helping out as many people as I can, just to show that this can be a reality if you really want to do it bad enough. And you gotta really love it and do your best work, man, at all times, because somebody's always watching, man. And that's the main thing.
See, that's cool. We're hoping to hear, how do young kids get into this if they want, because we have a lot of young people watch our channel too, coming to the shop. And, we've actually sort of sent some people out to some of the guitar factories to try to get jobs too in those cities. But, what's the best? You want to be a
There's
builder.
a lot of really cool schools out there now that I wish they had that when I was growing up, because I probably would have got into it. But to me, there's nothing more than like working on your own stuff and learning on it, learning as much as you can about it, and learn from other people, and try to get a job at a music store. That's a big thing too.
Right.
If you can do that, it's awesome. But you know, and go to the factories that'll allow you to come in there and take tours and stuff, I think is a good tool for them. Makes us a little nervous sometimes when people come walking through with cameras and everything, and you're trying to build a guitar and stuff. But what it does in the long run for the younger generation stuff, it really shows them that these guys are workers. You don't just press a button and the guitar comes out the other end. There's actually people who care and put their time and effort into making some of the world's greatest instruments in the world. And I want to continue that.
That's awesome. Hey, John, I know you got stuff to do. I know you're packing to get ready to go to Tennessee. I'm not going to keep you much longer. Seriously, thanks from us at the casino team. Thanks for all of our fans for taking the time to talk with us. And I think that's it. You know, if there's anything else you want to say, like sayonara, just like tune in, or
it's never sayonara with me. We'll see you guys soon. Check out the website, guys. I got some big things coming, I promise you. And just believe in me. I just want to continue on, and I want to make people happy, and you guys are making me happy, and I appreciate it. And thank you.
Hey, John, thank you, man. It's been seriously awesome talking with you. So anybody out there watching, just check out Casino Guitars, check out John Cruz Custom Guitars. We'll have lots of information on it coming soon.
All right.
Thank you, John. Have a beautiful day too, man.
All right. You too, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.